हम 3 साल से साथ में थे, मतलब हमारा प्रेम संबंध था। मेरे घर वालों को पता चल गया था और वो जयभीम वाला होने की वजह से मेरे घर वालों ने साफ साफ मना कर दिया था उसके साथ शादी के लिए।
Dear viewers, let me take you to a scene you cannot unsee. A young woman in Maharashtra stood before her boyfriend's corpse and married him. Not for symbolism, not for drama. She touched his blood, placed it on her forehead, and claimed him as her husband. Pause and think. What kind of society pushes a 21-year-old into marrying a dead man because that's the only way left to defend her love and her truth? This isn't heartbreak, this isn't a family issue. This is a caste violence, stripped of excuse. This is Nanded. This is the murder of 20-year-old Dalit youth, Saksham Tate. And this is Aanchal Mamidwar's refusal to go down. Hello, I am Tejas and you're watching Honest Take on Lokmat Times. Today, we are looking at how a relationship was cut down by caste arrogance, how honor killings continue under the radar, and how caste still dictates who you're allowed to love. But before we begin, do subscribe to Lokmat Times and hit the bell icon. The story starts on the morning of 27th November. Aachal's brother Himesh Mamidwar drags her to the Itwara police station, not for justice, but to force a false case against Saksham, the Dalit boy she had loved for 3 years. She refuses. What follows sounds unbelievable, yet this is her statement. Inside that police station, 2 officers allegedly tell her brother, "Why file a fake case? Kill him and then come to us." Uniforms, emblems, authority, and a suggestion to murder. And her brother answers, "Okay, I'll kill him by evening," said openly inside a police station. By afternoon, her family is out searching for Saksham. They visit his house, they roam the locality. Finally, around 4 pm, they find him standing with friends. There is no struggle, no hesitation. Himesh allegedly fires at him from close range. The bullet tears through his ribs. As he collapses, they smash his skull with a stone. 20 years old, killed for loving someone above his caste. And while this is happening, where is Aanchal? Still inside the police station, still unaware that the warning she heard a few hours ago is unfolding exactly as predicted. Someone whispers something to the officers, faces shift. She feels the tension before anyone tells her. And then she learns her boyfriend is dead, murdered by the people she grew up with. The betrayal speaks for itself. 3 days later, on November 30th, Saksham's family prepares for his last rites. Before they begin, Aanchal arrives. She is not there to mourn quietly. She is there to make a point no one can look away from. She performs a wedding ritual with his body, applies haldi to his skin, uses his blood as sindoor, and declares, "I will live as his widow." It's not theatrics, it's not impulse. It's a statement carved out of pain and clarity, a refusal to let caste wipe out her story. And like that, she forces the country to confront something it keeps pretending has faded: caste-based honor killing. Every time such cases erupt, someone pops up with the same lines. Caste doesn't matter anymore. India has moved on. No one kills for caste now. Really? Here, an entire family allegedly hunted down a boy because he wasn't from the right caste. Here, a young woman had to stand over a corpse to make sure the truth wasn't buried with him. And still, there are people trying to twist the narrative. The next argument is predictable. They all had criminal backgrounds. This is a gang issue. No, this is exactly how caste crimes get diluted. Yes, the police said both families had cases, but that doesn't change the basic fact. When a Dalit boy and an OBC girl fall in love, the threat isn't to law and order. It's to caste hierarchy, and hierarchy reacts violently. Criminal background doesn't explain why a family opposed the relationship for years. It doesn't explain the threats. It doesn't explain the FIR mentioning caste motive. It doesn't explain the use of the SC/ST Atrocities Act. It explains nothing. Caste explains everything. Police have arrested the father, mother, both brothers, 3 accomplices, and a minor. Charges include murder, Arms Act sections, and SC/ST Act. Whether justice will come is still an open question. But Aanchal has ensured no one can hide behind excuses. She has repeated the same thing again and again. "My family killed him because he was Dalit." Now let's talk to the people who can say caste is over. The ones who say cities don't care about caste. The ones who claim these cases are rare. If caste is over, explain this. Why did an entire family go searching for a boy with a gun? Why did a police station allegedly become a place to plan a murder? Why did a young woman need blood on her forehead to make sure the truth isn't dismissed? This isn't a village conflict from a century ago. This is 2025. This is Maharashtra, a place with malls, colleges, airports, tech companies, and the same old caste mindset running quietly in the background. Caste isn't a relic, it's a quiet tool of control, and when challenged, it turns into a weapon. People act shocked when honor killings happen, but nothing about them is shocking. They happen with a pattern. They happen wherever relationships cross caste lines. And everyone knows someone who still believes marriages should be within community. Most violence doesn't start with guns, it starts with that sentence. Because from there you get threats, taunts, emotional blackmail. And in families with power and arrogance, sometimes it ends in murder. So here is my honest take. Saksham died because caste still shapes who is acceptable and who isn't. Aanchal lives with danger because caste still dictates family honor. Police officers are under inquiry because caste still influences how authority reacts. And as long as we soften this, sidestep it, or pretend it is complicated, more stories like this will unfold. With different names, different towns, same ending. This isn't just a murder case, it's a mirror, and what it shows is uncomfortable but real. I am Tejas, this was Honest Take. If this shook you, it should, because caste isn't subtle, it isn't fading, it isn't gone, it kills, and Nanded is